SQL is one of the highest leverage skills you can learn as a developer, a data analyst, a data engineer, a data scientist, or really someone working with data. But most people learn it the wrong way. They jump into random tutorials, pick up bits and pieces, and never really know where they stand. So in this video, I'm giving you the ultimate SQL Mastery Checklist, organized in a clear roadmap, split into 3 levels: beginner, intermediate, and advanced. By the end, you will know exactly what to learn, in what order, and where to practice it. Let's get into it. We start at the foundation, the beginner track. Before you write a single query, you need to understand what you are actually working with. SQL runs on relational databases, systems that store data in tables. Every table has rows and columns. And these tables almost always have a primary key, a unique identifier for each row. Get comfortable with this model. It underlies everything else. Next up, basic queries. This is where you write your first select statement. You are asking the database a question, it hands you back an answer. Then comes filtering and sorting. The where clause lets you narrow your results. Say, only show me orders from last month. Order by lets you sort these results, highest to lowest, A to Z, newest to oldest. These two alone will cover the majority of your day-to-day queries. And finally, at the beginner level, aggregation. Group by lets you collapse data into summaries: total sales per region, average score per student. Having works like a where clause, but for those grouped results. So you should learn the difference between these two. Once you've got aggregation down, you can answer real business questions with data. That's a beginner checklist, and you already have genuine SQL skills. Now we branch into intermediate territory. This is where SQL goes from useful to genuinely powerful. The single most important concept at this level is joins. Real-world data is never in one table. It is spread across many. Joins lets you combine them. Next, subqueries and CTEs. A subquery is a query inside a query. CTE, which stands for Common Table Expression, written with the with keyword, is a cleaner, more readable way to do the same thing. CTEs are especially useful when your logic gets complex and you want to break it into named steps. Then there are window functions. And honestly, this is where a lot of people stop because they look intimidating, but they are incredibly powerful. The over clause and partition by lets you run calculations across a set of rows without collapsing them into a single result. Finally, data manipulation. Insert, update, and delete. You've been reading data. Now you learn to actually write it. The advanced track is where you go from someone who can write SQL to someone who truly understands what's happening under the hood. First, performance tuning. At some point, your queries will be slow, and you will need to know why. Indexes are the primary tool here. They let the database find rows without scanning every single one. Execution plans show you exactly how the database is running your query, so you can spot the bottleneck and fix it. This skill is what separates junior analysts from senior engineers. Then there are advanced window functions, specifically lead and lag. This lets you look at previous row or the next row within a partition. Imagine calculating the difference between this month's revenue and last month's, all in a single query. Stored procedures and triggers take you into the world of database programming. Stored procedures are great for automating complex operations. Triggers fire automatically in response to events, like a new row being inserted. And finally, database design and normalization. This is the art and science of structuring your tables properly in the first place. Understanding this will make you a better developer at every level. Here's the full picture. All 3 branches of the SQL roadmap in a view: beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Each level builds on the last, and now you know exactly where you are on it. So where do you actually go to learn and practice all this? For beginner track, start with SQL Boot. It's completely free. You write real queries against real tables from lesson 1. For intermediate, I recommend the Mood Analyst SQL tutorial. It uses real data sets and walks you through the kind of analysis you actually do in a professional setting. And for practice at any level, Strata Scratch and LeetCode. Both platforms gives you SQL problems modeled on real interview questions from companies like Google, Meta, and Amazon. Strata Scratch leans more analytical, LeetCode more technical. That's the ultimate SQL Mastery Checklist. SQL is one of those skills that compounds. The more you use it, the faster you get and the more valuable you become. If this was useful, drop a like. It genuinely helps the channel. And I will see you in the next one.